Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gooch from Rock Band Industries, and today we are playing some infamous Second Son. But this is all a part of our mission to create a new segment known as Nerd Facts, which is where we take a look at video games, comic books, anything in that general area, and tell you a little bit about it. So today we are looking at the Infamous series, from Infamous 1 to Infamous 2, because we don't really have many ideas of what the hell Infamous Second Son is. So enjoy this video, and I will let myself get to it. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Have you already heard the intro? You know what this is. So we're gonna go straight into it, which is Infamous 1. So Infamous 1 is about a guy named Cole McGrath who chose, well, he was a delivery boy, and he received a package to deliver to a certain address, which just so happened to not even exist. So he reads a note that tells him to open the package. He opens the package, and it turns out to be, well, I don't know what you would exactly call it, but we call it, in the nerd world, we call it a ray sphere. Now, the ray sphere only works with people that are general conduits. And conduits is another word for people with superpowers and anything above that ladder. So, of course, conduits nowadays in this series are known as bioterrorists. Mainly for the reason that they have biological issues. I don't fucking know. Nobody can really tell what the hell is up with this game. All they know is that it's kind of just a different story altogether. It doesn't even really explain what happened to Cole and why any of this is happening. But if you play the DLC Cole's Legacy, then you will find out more about what happened to Cole, mainly by teaming up with this investigative reporter who did a couple of stories on the Empire City. Well, they called it a bombing. They didn't even call it the situation in Empire City or anything like that. They didn't even acknowledge the fact that conduits were involved. Now, conduits, as I said before, are superpowered humans. You can consider them metahumans if you're a big DC fan, or you consider them a mutant if you're a big Marvel fan. But either way, they are superpowered beings who only find out how to use their power and find out that they even have power through ray spheres, which opens up the ability to use your power. So if you use the ray sphere, just basically gives you the opportunity to use your power. They don't even really explain what the ray sphere does to your body, but there are a couple of theories that it's mainly just a big electromagnetic waves that go through your body and open up your cells, basically, because if you are a conduit, you have cells, different types of cells, different types of blood cells, and different types of skin cells that are, if you are a human that hates conduits, would be considered infected. So we have the opportunity to find out exactly what's going on. But
from the looks of the guy, I at least would have expected a drug bust or two.
As we go into more of this, I should probably explain that Cole McGrath found the ray sphere and he opened it. which caused the electromagnetic field to go through his body, and opening up his ability to use his powers. Which, of course, if you actually played the inFAMOUS series, was the ability to create and manipulate electricity. Which means that he could pull it out of walls, and like the only way to even gain power was to contract it from, you know, many electrical sockets and outlets and just general power things. We'll just call them things. But Cole, if you actually play the original series, and this actually brought a whole new idea to role-playing as we know. Because we've all have played Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, which we all really enjoyed. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And if you haven't played it, then I recommend that you do. Because it is a really good game. I can't recommend any other game but Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. They made a cheap knockoff that actually was created by BioWare called Star Wars The Old Republic, not to be confused with the main title. So what this does basically is it opens up this new sense of control over your character. Not only is it an open world game, but it is also a role-playing game. It's an RPG altogether, but we have to understand the power and control over these things that many people don't understand. The inFAMOUS series altogether creates a pattern in which you play as a superhero, but you have the choice to be a superhero and continue your line in, the good, or you can be evil. You can be your own personal supervillain, which I love about the series, because if people ever wanted to play as a supervillain, because we know that there's not a lot of games that you can play as a supervillain. You usually play as the good guy, you never really play as the bad guy. I mean, even Mass Effect. Though you can choose to be Renegade, it doesn't mean that you're a bad guy. It just means that you're doing stuff regardless of the consequences. And you don't really care. You can shoot people all you want. But as long as you get the job done and protect the races of the universe and or galaxy, if you consider the storyline, then you're still a good guy. But in the inFAMOUS series, you're either a good guy or you're a bad guy. You're still a good guy even if you choose bad choices. The bad guy of the series was originally Kessler. But then in the first one you kill him and he becomes, like, Cole becomes more powerful. He finds out about the super conduit known as the Beast. The Beast, of course, was a big metaphor towards the Beauty and the Beast. That many people didn't actually know that. But you do have to admit that it was an awesome concept. I mean, not a lot of people actually got the joke. I mean, a guy named the Beast. Come on, guys. It was either the Beast from the X-Men or Beast from Beauty and the Beast, and it was more obvious that it was Beauty and the Beast. Which nobody wanted to admit until later on in the series, which, after Second Son came along, people were more eager to play the DLC for inFAMOUS 2, known as inFAMOUS Festival of Blood, which was created as, a little bit of a gag, if you ask me. The people at Sucker Punch, which were the main producers of the inFAMOUS series, told us that inFAMOUS Festival of Blood was just meant to be a joke. But then people started seeing the trailer and they were getting all hyped up to be, a vampire called McGrath. which everybody thought was a good idea, you know, being a bad vampire or being a good vampire, which we never really got to do before, especially in these top-rated vampire games like Vampire Rain, Blood Rain. Fuck, we could go on and on with all of this. But I'm going to have to cut this episode short. I will get back to you next time and tell you a little bit more about inFAMOUS. Today was just a little bit of an intro for this new segment. I hope you enjoyed, and definitely check out the original inFAMOUS games if you haven't already. And I definitely recommend Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, including the Old Republic, no relations. But definitely check these games out, and if you do, you just might gain a little bit more respect for people that actually care about these games, like myself included. Anyways, if you like this video, please leave a like, a comment below, and subscribe to become a part of the a part of the Rock Band forum. And I will see you next time in the next video. Peace.